Alright, good morning everybody. Today we are going to do this exercise on your water cycle workbook. Okay, it's on page 39, section A, multiple choice question. Alright, let's take a look at this question one first. The diagram below shows the growth of two kinds of plants over a few years. How are the fruits or seeds of each kind of plant most likely dispersed? So this is on dispersal of seed. Okay, let's take a look. You have your wind direction, okay, and then you have your plant A and plant B. Okay, so as you can see, plant A is the one with the shaded, is very near the river. All right, and plant B, that's plant B, very near along the river edge there. Plant A is everywhere, you can see, all right, and it's further away from the river. So most likely your plant B will be water. All right, so you have here number 2 and number 3, so water. Now your plant A most likely is between wind and splitting action. Now splitting action means the seed will not be moving so far away from the parent plant, right? Because when it explodes, the fruit explode, right? The seeds will only be very close contact with the parent still. So your answer for this one is number 2, because the wind can carry it even across, across the river, right? So your answer is number 2. Okay, next, Joe's family tree is shown below. So as you can see, circle shaded is female. Unshaded is female with shaded is female with attached earlobe. Unshaded is female with detached earlobe. Shaded square is male with attached earlobe, and unshaded square is male with detached earlobe. Now, family tree shows members who have attached or detached earlobe. Which of the following statement is true? Alright, let's take a look. Joe's grandfather has detached earlobe. Grandfather is male, detached is unshaded. So grandfather male, detached is unshaded. So this is the grandfather. Alright, this is correct. Number 1 is right. Okay, next, they want true, right? Okay, let's take a look at number 2. Joe's parents have detached earlobe. Parents means both mother and father. That's wrong. So we can actually safe to say that the answer is number 1, because they want it true, right? So the answer is 1. Okay, all right, let's move on to question 3. Now 3 identical, can you all see? All right, 3 identical glasses containing water at different temperature were placed in a room at 25 degrees Celsius. After some time, water droplets form on the outer surface. Okay, concept, water droplets form on the outer surface, meaning your water must be cold. Water must be cold, and then room temperature is higher. Okay, then you can have water droplets on the surface. Right, so here the room temperature is 25, so your water must be lower than 25, so it can either be P, Q. All right, P only. All right, so here you have P and Q that is lower than 25, so your answer is number 3. Okay, question 4. The table below shows the melting point and boiling point of 4 substances. Which substance will be in the solid state at 25 degrees Celsius? So melting point is 0. Here 10, 18 and 44. Boiling point is at 100. Alright, so here they want solid state at 25 degrees Celsius. So that means the melting point must be at higher than your 25. If it's lower than your 25, that means it will already be melting. But they want here a solid state. So your answer is number 4, because the melting point only at 44. So when your room temperature is 25, it's still at solid state. Okay, do you understand? All right, because here the melting point is 44, whereas the room temperature is 25. So definitely it will still be in a solid state. Okay? Alright, question 5. Study the diagram on the right. A and B represent processes in the water cycle. So A and B. So which of the following correctly states whether heat is gained or lost? Okay, at A, definitely will be heat gain. So we have two answers with heat gain there. Now at B, it will be heat loss. But at number 3 is again heat gain. So your answer is number 1. Okay, heat gain at A, heat loss at B. Is everybody okay? Alright, let's move on to the structured question. Okay, the diagram below shows a flower with only some of its reproductive parts. What will happen to part X? Okay, this part here. After fertilization, then you can say it develops into a fruit. Okay, what will happen to part Y? Y develops into seeds. Okay, so one fruit and the other one is seed. Okay, next. Joe set up an experiment to study the condition needed for germination. Remember your wow, okay? He placed 5 seeds in each tube. So here you have moist, that means there's water. There's warm. Here dry, no water. Dry cotton, also no water. Here no water, no warm. Here there's water. Boiled water without air, no air. So which condition is ideal for the seed to grow? So your answer will be A, because it has water, it has air, and it's warm. Okay, so A. And why is that so? This is because water, air, and warmth is present. That's your answer. Okay. Alright, Joe wanted to find out if water is needed for seed germination. Which 2 tubes should he choose to conduct a fair experiment? So everything else must be the same. Now he wants to find out if water. So that means water is the only thing that he should change. The location should be the same. The number of seeds should be the same. Alright, and except for one with water, one without. So your answer should be A and B. Tube A and tube B. Okay? Alright, let's move on to the next part. Sue wanted to find out how the surrounding temperature affects the rate of evaporation of water. Okay? So here is, she wanted to find out how the surrounding temperature. Okay? So that's why all the temperature are different. Okay? But the water level are all the same. And the containers are also all the same. Okay, she then placed them into 3 separate rooms at different temperature. Then as you can see from the graph, alright, so it shows the volume of water in each glass after some time. So A, alright, this is the amount of water left. B and C. What causes the changes in volume of water in the 3 glasses? The water in the 3 glasses evaporated. Okay. State the relationship between the surrounding temperature and the volume of water. As you can see, the higher the temperature, the lower the volume of water. So here, state the relationship. So you write down, the higher the temperature, the lower the volume of water left in the glass. Okay, that shows relationship. You got to mention both, okay, both things. That means here you got to mention about the temperature. The higher the temperature, the lower the volume of water. So that shows a relationship. One goes up, one goes down. Okay, next, the diagram below shows what happened when 2 cubes of ice were placed on a metal plate. Alright, state the process that took place. So here from solid it becomes liquid, so the process is called melting. Okay, suggest one way to make the process in A takes place more quickly. Explain your answer. Alright, there's a few ways of doing this. Alright, you can either heat the metal plate, okay, then when the metal plate is heated, the ice will gain heat, will gain more heat, and thus will melt quickly. Okay, so that's one way. Alright, is everybody okay there? Alright, so we are done with page 42 and we are done with going through the exercises. Alright, so do your corrections if you get it wrong. Okay, alright, so that's all for today. Okay, goodbye everyone.